Using someone else's Uber account. That's a common thing.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, obviously,
some people
it
are
goes without
renting
saying.
out, right? Some people are renting out. What happens if you get in an accident using someone's Uber account? One, let's say you're at fault. Two, let's say you're not at fault. Do you have a potential claim?
Obviously, that goes without saying. If there is any sort of misrepresentation to any insurance company, somebody's driving without authorization or not permitted or not listed on the policy or anything of that sort, then the coverage is removed from that person. So you're really driving without insurance. So obviously, it's very important that you don't have some sort of arrangement that you believe you get you a coverage denial because you misrepresented to the insurance company either your address, who's going to be driving the vehicle. If Uber or Lyft give you an account, it's supposed to be for you. If you give it to somebody else, then there's going to be no coverage. Even Uber and Lyft are not on the hook if you get sued because they don't know who this person is. It's not like they have vetted the person. They're not negligent for hiring that person. You can't sue them for negligent hiring. You can't sue them for negligence because they did not have that person in their policy. And it's a breach of contract. So we have a case right now where you have to have a primary insurance like State Farm, Geico, when you drive in New Jersey, and then you can drive Lyft. I even remember the section, it's in paragraph 10 in the Lyft agreement says you're required to have a primary insurance when you operate the vehicle. If you don't, then this policy doesn't apply. This person failed to pay their premium and the accident happened and they couldn't recover. Why? Because they breached a contract. Lyft would not cover their injury because they breached the contract with Lyft. Right? So it's very important that you abide by what the policy you purchased is. The whole exchanging Uber accounts and having somebody else is virtually like having no insurance. It's a misrepresentation. Lyft and Uber, all their coverage will not cover that new person, and they may even deny any coverages for you, even retroactively, because you breached the contract, right? With them.
So let's say you rented your Uber account to your friend and your friend got in an accident and they were the one at fault. Who typically is the other side going to sue? Are they going to be able to go after your insurance?
Well, the other side is going to sue your friend. They're going to sue you and they're going to sue Lyft and Uber. Lyft and Uber are going to get themselves out easily because they're going to say, I don't know who this person is. We never gave them the policy. They're out. So it's just going to be you and your friend. And then if you...
personal.
Yeah, and if you don't have any assets, they either sue you, they get a judgment against you, and put a lien on your income or property, or whatever you have, you'll settle with their lawyer and offer them some money. But Lyft and Uber will most certainly not cover the situation whatsoever.
All right. Okay. Delivery. Let's say you do Uber Eats, right? And then you're delivering food. When you get to the house, dog comes out and dog bites you. Do you have just a personal injury claim against the homeowner, or do you have a workers' compensation?
So you'll have a workers' compensation claim against the delivery company that you work with, and then you'll have a personal injury claim against the household. So if you're just working with a delivery company, obviously they had his own insurance, then you'll go that route. But Uber Eats, DoorDash do not actually carry workers' compensation insurance. They deal with their workers as independent contractors. So in that case, there will not be any coverage. So the bills would have to be paid either by personal insurance or on a lien if the case is actually successful. But that's generally the way it's handled.
Let's say you're a passenger, right? And you just took an Uber and someone re-runs you. You and the driver are injured. Who can the passenger open up a personal injury claim, and what about the driver?
So in a situation like this where the driver and the passenger get rear-ended and it's 100% the other party's fault, then they'll have a personal injury claim against the defendant's vehicle, and they'll have an uninsured motorist vehicle claim against Uber and Lyft, right? The driver will also have a workers' compensation claim, but this is New Jersey. There isn't workers' compensation, so they'll only have med pay, so is the passenger. So both of them will have a med pay coverage through Lyft and Uber for $10,000. And then they'll have that uninsured coverage through Lyft and Uber and the claim against the car behind them or the defendant's car. Now, let's say the Lyft or Uber driver was at fault or even partially at fault, then the passenger could have a claim against the other side as well as Uber and Lyft and the driver, okay, for personal injuries. So in a situation where it's comparative negligence, so the driver and the defendant are contributory at fault, the passenger can recover from both. the driver of this side, the driver of that side, as well as Lyft and or Uber.